Welcome to another edition of Chaplain John with Chaplain John Sayers, featuring special reports and interviews with people doing kingdom ministry in Tulare County and beyond. And now, here's Chaplain John.
Well, good morning. I'm back at the Cafe 210, another view of the 210, and I'm the only one here right now. So I thought, why waste an opportunity to not give a thought for the day? And I had a meeting this morning. It was Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I meet with a bunch of guys at the Denny's off of Mooney, or I call the First Church of Denny's. I also meet at the First Church of Denny's on Acres, but this was on Mooney. And the passage we were reading today, neat bunch of guys. Let me read to you what we're reading. It's Philippians, almost at the end, the last chapter, Philippians chapter 4. And let me start by reading with verse 16. Paul says, "For even in Thessalonica, you sent off a gift more than once for my needs. Not that I seek the gift itself, but I seek for the profit which increases in your account." Paul is saying, I don't really need it right now, but thank you for it, because of the gift you've given to me. You see, the more people gave gifts to Paul, the less he had to do the tent making, which he would do. But when he had enough gifts given to him for food, shelter, or whatever, then he could just be a full-time evangelist. And so he's thanking them for that, for the needs. And we had some great topic about needs today. What does that mean, needs? And right at the beginning of the prayer, there's a gentleman that opened us in prayer, and he didn't even really realize we were going to be doing this topic, or maybe he did. I don't think he did. But he started, in his prayer, I had to share this. He said, "Lord, you created us to be needy people." What an interesting thought. You created us to be needy people. And he did. Not unfortunately, we want to be wanting people. I want this, I want this, I want this. But we're created with needs. In the Our Father prayer, it doesn't say, "Give us this day our daily wants." No, Lord, just give us this day our daily bread, what we need for today. And we were created. We are created. We had needs to create, to give, to engage with one another. And the reason I'm here at the 210 is that later today I'm going to be meeting some people that wanted to engage with me. What a joy we're going to have with that. Well, here's my thought for the day. You and I were created to be needy people. And yes, you and I were created to give, not to the wants of people, but to the needs of people. We got a big talk about why we give a tithe in the church. That was interesting. And why we are called to help support our local church, which we do, Gail and I do, because we love the little church we're a part of, River Cross. The joy we have in our little church is that we don't have to have an offering that's going to help support the building, support this staff, which there's nothing wrong with that. Bigger churches got more needs. Now, we don't have a building. We worship in an old schoolhouse today, and we pay rent on that, and we can afford to rent it. And that's another reason we can afford a full-time pastor. We love our little pastor. We love our pastor, Pastor Carl Schaefer at River Cross Church. Come join us sometime. But here's the thought. God created us to have needs. We are created to engage with one another. I believe we're created to worship with one another. God bless, and from the 210, love the music around. Can you hear that? All right, God bless.